All right, we are live. It is Monday, and we are live and alive in the 915. What's going on, everyone? My name is Richie David Marrufo. I'll be your MC and host for the night. And this is brought to you by the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series based out of El Paso, Texas. This is I've also called this the stay at home open mic because we did start this in April of 2020. And every single Monday we have been online. And in that time, we've had many, many guests join us, not just from the El Paso area, but from all over the country, all over the world. And in that time, we've made a lot of new friends and we've been able to network with all sorts of other open mics, poetry programs, writing workshops, poetry ensembles from all across the area as well. So it's been a really great networking tool. Um, you know, and it's just been such a pleasure. So if you're not familiar, it's like any other open mic, which is if you want to perform, all you have to do is sign up. Now we do have a sign up link available on our social media. We do have a link tree. So if you haven't followed us anywhere, you can find us online at the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. So obviously you found this video somehow, right? So maybe you already know about us. If that's so, I'm not talking to you. I'm just trying to address all the new peeps out there. Again, thanks for joining us. I know it's a new semester, so we probably have a lot of students from EPCC and UTEP that are tuning in. It's great to have you guys. Like I said, we're featuring people not just from the El Paso area, but people from all over the place. And it's a whole lot of fun. This is a platform where we encourage people to share their most recent work, stuff they're working on, stuff that they want to dust off, and something that is probably not necessarily unique to here, but something that is more of a tradition here, the cover poem. That's right. If you want to showcase the work of someone that you admire, whether it be like someone well-known, a well-known published author, or it even could just be like, I don't know, your grandma or your best friend who's too shy to read. It's a good way to give tribute and also introduce people to other writers. The idea is, like as I mentioned, it's a platform. So I will encourage all the performers and all the readers to share their social media links if they like to do that kind of thing, their YouTube channels, links to buy their books, upcoming workshops. And once again, if you are here from EPCC and you're here for the Tejano Passport, stick around. I'll give you guys directions on how to follow and get that code. I have the code. I do teach at EPCC, by the way. So if you're ever at Rio Grande campus, you might see me walking around the hallways in the cafeteria, stuff like that. Maybe you're even in my class. But yeah, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and, the show is simple. If you are signed up, I will be calling you up. Again, if you want to sign up, check out the link in the description. It's not there yet, but maybe after a couple of readers, you'll be inspired and want to share something of your own. Then check the description of this YouTube video. It should be there. If not, just leave a message in the live chat, which is, by the way, you guys are our audience. Unlike a show in person at a venue where you can be on stage and you can look at people who in the audience and see their reaction, online it's a little different. We're performing in front of our webcams, in front of our phones or cameras, whatever we're using to be here on this Zoom call, and the audience is intangible. Like, we don't know who's there. So something that really does help is, if you are watching, if you're enjoying this, participate in the live chat. If you are here with us live, just say hi. I make it a point to, give shout outs to people who are hanging out with us in the live chat. It's just cool to have that support, to know. I've also heard from other people over, in all this time, I have a lot of people tell me that they maybe can't be here live, but they do join us at some point during the week, where we do have a replay, or I guess you would call it the VOD, the video on demand, where it's already available. You can listen to it. And I know so many people who tell me they just listen to the replay while they're doing chores, while they're doing work. So if that's you, kudos to you. Thank you so much for that as well. So without further ado, I think we're going and ready to get started. Each performer gets about 5 to 7 minutes. That is a very, very loose time structure. You'll see some people go well under that, or a little over. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. We don't have a super packed list today. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and start things off. Like I said, I'm in El Paso. Richie David Marrufo, MC host. You can also follow me on Instagram at Deadwall Reveries. And also, if you're not already doing so, you can follow the Barbed Wire Open Mic. If you're in the area, You can also check out any of our live in-person shows. In fact, tomorrow night, we're going to be downtown El Paso Rosewood Bar for our poetry and music open mic. But let's go ahead and kick things off on the West Coast. We're going to travel thanks to the nature of the internet, of Zoom, being able to do this live. We're going to check in with our friend in the Bay Area, someone who is doing some really cool things too with creating her networks. And again, I said this during the green room before we started the live stream, but she included us in the flyers promoting her upcoming shows. So I'm always really grateful for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and kick things off with Bianca. Bianca in the house. What is up? Happy Monday. Welcome back. Welcome back. Super excited to kick things off with you today. Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Richie. So yeah, as you mentioned, I do have a flyer because I do have a network of my own called the Dope Poet Society. It's on Patreon. We do workshops, we do prompts, whether you want to take this to the very extreme and become your own spoken word or poetic artist, or you just want to find a safe place to journal. Please go ahead and join. I'll go ahead and post the links after my performance. I do go by Bianca. I'm writing from the Bay Area, and I focus a lot on healing and indigenous poetry. So this poem is entitled Risen, and it's about the rise of our inner phoenix. I hate feeling like I'm never enough. So I write words on paper, hoping the ink in my pen can cure me. After all, I'm just bittersweet poetry. I became everything I feared, so now I'm fearless. The poetry that reveals itself as a wet stain on my notebook is just a reminder that this is simply all the love I could never give myself, and putting it to good use. Yet just when I thought I conquered that anxiety in me like an angry deity, a spark of lightning crashes onto my life course, giving me every single color in the rainbow, but without the glow. See, this only happens when I challenge my synapses, like my neurons don't understand why they're always strung out. Like why I can revert back to addictions that I shadow as old habits, like why I hold myself to a standard I stay choking at because the noose is my good place. I can always smile the biggest because the hurt inside of me is a gaping hole that has a gravitational pull on everything I tried to hold onto, so I resort to thinking. If I can cut myself down at every instant with the sharpest razor blades, then maybe my highs can just be mids and gravity won't hurt as much, because I too have a tendency to destroy whatever helps me get off the ground between every how are you today is, and I'm fine, but I don't think I'll ever be okay. See, it's another mnemonic phrase I associate with between the length of my smile to the length of my broken heart, and I say broken because shattered sounds too winded. Shattered sounds like me taking fragments of my heart and using them against myself. Shattered sounds like shards of false loyalty piercing my skin again as a reminder that I only know how to befriend people that walk around like they are weapons of mass destruction. I gargle the tears that run down my face so frequently. Saltwater streams create crevices only they can navigate through until they reach my holy grail of a mouth that puddles all of the drenched and damp doubts. My desperation told my depression again. As my liquid soul finally drains itself out of me, I let out a dry sigh of relief. I drop my burden like a rusted ball and chain, trying to anchor my body into another ocean, only for me to realize that being an island doesn't mean you have to drown first, or even ever. The dingy despair of my feelings smell like laundry I just never got around to, or a wrung out towel that's been taken from a bathtub filled with waterlogged wounds and sat out in the sun for far too long. It's now become a stale, stained, mediocre savior, or a cluttered, full-ass bedroom I carved pathways out of that imitate the mazes in my mind. I'm amazed how my mind can still work so vigorously. My emotions smell like wood chips from sharpening endless amounts of pencils that keep me writing with sweaty fists, and how the rubber constantly erasing the nuances of my existence can feel like I smeared my blood on every page to remind myself that everything beautiful has a consequence. Exhausted, but not extinguished. The subtleties that life breathes into me that barely escape the battered and bruised. The untying of the noose. The drawer that keeps away all of the sharp things reminds me that I've died a million times. It is reminding myself that if someone, anyone, can love a dying thing this way, then maybe my anguish is the most beautiful tarnished, a wounded warrior, the phoenix that had to burn first to feel the most alive. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Bianca. Starting off with that crazy Powerful energy. Thank you for that piece. Do you want to really quick talk more about Dope Poet Society and like how people can check that out?
Yeah, so it's on patreon.com/BEEYONKA. It's under Bianca. So there's 3 types of memberships you guys can pay for. It's also free too. I also post a lot of free material on there. We do a workshop once a month. And it's everyone that just goes from journaling or people that want to take their artistry seriously and want to have a space. We kind of do an impromptu open mic at the end of our workshops. And it's just to promote, another safe space like this. A lot of people with the pandemic and everything found comfort in their home, and sometimes we don't find comfort in that. And that's what these spaces are for, is to escape our reality for a little bit and come home to our inner selves. And that's what it's about. It's just about really paying attention to what we need and catering to our inner child.
All right, love that. Thank you so much. And I love how on it so many of you guys are. Like, you have it down to a science where as soon as you finish your line, you paste all your stuff on there. And that's what you like. I saw that. You're like, oh wait, there's all the info right there. The IG, the Venmo, the Patreon. I'm gonna go ahead and post some of that stuff here on the online chat for those other people who are hanging out there. All the upcoming events as well. But for the most part, check her out on Instagram as well, at BBEE dot Yonka, YONKAAA. So I'll post the links. Anyway, if you're just tuning in, this is our online open mic. And if you're with us live, go ahead and drop a hello in the live chat. Let us know you're here. Hang out with us for a little bit. I know I like to hang out in that chat as well. I'll be posting links throughout the night from all the performers. And shout out to everyone who's just here to support. That's kind of one of the most important things as well. Let's go and keep this going. We're going to come back to El Paso. And I got to see her perform in person recently for a activism event, art activism event. It was a hope climate event with one of the local groups here in the city. And our next performer was an invited guest because a lot of her poem touches on nature and a lot of these eco issues. And it's always funny. People always have me introduce her because they don't know all the little points to hit, but they will. I'm teaching them. Okay. They will. I'm teaching them. But we're looking forward to having Robin read at EPCC Rio Grande campus in September to celebrate the release of her upcoming book. But for now, let's go ahead and let her do her magic online. Welcome. Happy Monday. Good to see you again, Robin. Go ahead and take it away. Hey.
Hey, Richie. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. I think that, I don't know, today's been a terrifically kind of backwards and awkward day for me in a way. And so I'm happy to be at home and doing this tonight. I think I read somewhere that Mercury is in Virgo and is retrograde, which is really bad. Sounds bad, doesn't it? So this is called Heat Death of the Universe. It's from my new book, Ridge of High Pressure. Coyote knows dawn and slips over the third dam. Time to feed the young and settle in while the sun bakes behind North Peak of the Franklins. I know an old Jeep trail you can spend your time climbing. Mountains move in geological time. A stone wears down. Rain takes it to a sandy riverbed, though the river won't flow come fall. Time breaks it in fields where crops know to blossom, then bear. The bee knows her dance. At maximum entropy, I cannot tell the story better than sparrows scattering. Okay, so that's from Ridge of High Pressure, and that's going to come out in September this month. I'm really excited, and I'm going to be reading at the Little Temple for local peeps in El Paso on November 15th. And now I'm going to read some new work though, because pretty soon I'll have to read all out of Ridge of High Pressure. So this is called Equinox from Long Ago. We pick out pomegranates, the oldest of fruits. We're going to Lake Travis to swim naked past the sunset. Our goal to be in the water as it's turning rose and gold, brighter than the faint leaves in the heart of Texas, of the scrub oaks, the evergreen live oaks and cedars, and the persimmons, but don't bite into one too early or your mouth will shrivel like a peach kernel. The time of peaches long gone with the taste of summer. The time is here of the rose and gold pomegranates like the one that Persephone ate. No stone at the center in a season of absence. Remember the poem you wrote of autumn equinox, how hungry you were for the fruit. Okay, and this one is called Peach Tree in Bloom. Map is an abstraction until you walk the route. War is an abstraction until it arrives clattering in your neighborhood. Peace is an abstraction until you enter the garden with its deep shade. World is an abstraction until you take a plane to London. Bird is an abstraction until one falls out of the nest to die in your yard. Blue is an abstraction until you are on the beach and the sky is wider. Pink is an abstraction until you walk right up to the peach tree. And this poem, most of my poems are written in Tumble Words, which is a generative writing workshop that meets at 1 p.m. Mountain Time on Saturdays. And we meet on Zoom now since the pandemic, so anybody can come. And this one, curiously enough, was written in a different generative writing workshop. And I may change the title. The title was given to me. Broken Fate. And then there's a quote by Goethe. The traveler on his way breaks a wheel and is greatly annoyed by it. There was a boat, but I didn't take it. I wrote you and told you so. I would love to have seen you on the Danube, the wind in your dark curly hair. I took a train to Paris instead and got robbed. I was going to meet you in Berlin, I swear. Yet I had to stand on Yeats's grave on my birthday. Now I hear that your hair is all gone, though I don't hear much about you. So we didn't meet up on that river or any other. I heard that your mother died young. I never met her. I might have if I had changed my plans. I remember the day we climbed Enchanted Rock and saw a deer. I couldn't bring myself to take your handsome hand into mine. It was too much. I was headstrong. No, I said, and again no, until there was nothing in my mouth but a mute emerald, dark and shining. You were no miner. Someone else had to show me the cave of my being. And now I know lots of names for water. I am full of the sounds of rivers and borders, though I am a long way from the sea in the high desert, fragrant with sweet acacia. I speak from the red stones of the mountains, where a dry river answers. Now I want to do my cover poem. It's a poem I really like by Patty Ann Rogers. It's called Counting What the Cactus Contains. Elf owl, cactus wren, fruit flies incubating in the only womb they'll ever recognize. Shadow for the sand rat, spines and Barbary ribs clenched with green wax. 7,000 thorns, each a water slide, a wooden tongue, licking the air dry. Inside, early morning mist captured intact, the taste of drizzle sucked and sun split. Whistle of the red-tailed hawk at midnight, rush of the leaf-nosed bat, the soft slip of fog easing through sand held in tandem. Counting the vertigo of its attitudes across the evening, in the wood of its latticed bones, the eye sockets of every saint of thirst in the gullet of each night-blooming flower, the crucifix of the arid. In its core, a monastery of cells, a brotherhood of electrons, a column of expanding darkness where matter migrates and sparks whirl, and travel has no direction, where distance bends backward over itself, and the ascension of Venus, the stability of Polaris are crucial. The cactus, containing whatever can be said to be there, plus the immeasurable tremble of its association with all those who have been counting. Yeah, that's Patty Ann Rogers, a great nature poet, great scientific nature poet. So that's what I have for tonight. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Robin. And of course, as always, for plugging Tumble Words for the uninitiated out there in YouTube land or even here on Zoom. If you guys are writers, I'm saying if, I know you guys write. I know you guys have tried your hand at writing. And even if you're really shy about it, if you're reticent about sharing that, the whole goal is like try and write a little bit more. So check out Tumble Words, where you'll definitely have an opportunity to generate some writing each week. You can follow them at Tumblr Words on Facebook, Tumblr Words Project on Facebook. So yeah, thank you for Robin. By the way, again, like I said, we're gonna be celebrating her book release, not just online, but in El Paso. So if you guys September, check out the Papagayo Project. We have a lot of stuff scheduled throughout the semester, including helping host Robin at the little temple at Rio Grande campus. But stick around, stay tuned for all that stuff. Again, this is our online open mic, and we're going to go ahead and take things because we can from El Paso to Ohio. That's right, we're going to step in very quickly, maybe not too quickly, so we can enjoy the words. South Euclid, Ohio, where we have their very own poet laureate in the house. I'm looking for him on the screen. Hey, Doc, wave. I want to make sure you're here with us. All right, cool. You are with us. All right, let's go ahead and welcome back to the show, Poet Maester Doc. Go ahead and take it away, my friend.
Thank you. The dark. The dark of time embraces, envelops all. It flies over, under, and around lights. Lights called stars and worlds, moons and comets. It is a dark filled with energy and matter, a profound silence, a silence extending toward entropy. It is a history of what was, what is, or will be. It is infinite, an unfathomable depth. Getting my tank hungry. It binds together and shapes the multiverse. It quests for life, and it exists. Or does it? Expressions. Boy. Bad things tonight. Expressions. Spaces in life filled with imaginings, filled with distant dreams, free and unbound in all the shapes of time and the Tao of love. Expressions of infinity. mystery, dreams of the multiverse, intimations of life, and songs of stars, voices of time and echoes of infinity, all wind and weave together into ancient arcane shadows and kaleidoscopic reflection, the mystery of be. And I'm going to finish with a cover by Stéphane Mallarmé, a French poet. And the title of the piece is Apparition. The moon was grieving, seraphim in tears, musing in the calm of vaporous flowers, were drawing, bow in hand, from sad violas, sobbing glissandos over blue corollas. It was the blessed day of your first kiss, my reverie, enraptured by the abyss, imbibed its wisdom from the sad perfume, which even the dreams we gather in full bloom distill within the heart that gathers them. My eyes on the worn stones, I wondered then, when suddenly you happened to appear, laughing with evening sunlight in your hair, and I thought I saw the fairy with the cap of light who passed before my infant sleep, opening her hands to scatter through the years snowy bouquets of richly scented stars. Thank you.
All right. No, thank you, Doc. I love the hat. I can't say it's been too often you've busted out with the hat for the cover poem. Anything you want to promote as well before we move on?
Nothing coming up right at the moment. Thank you.
All righty then. Cool. Well, thank you as always. Cool background, Doc Janning, everyone. I mean, Poet Maester Doc. You can also find him on Facebook. There you go. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Gracias.
Cool. Awesome. What is up, everyone? This is our online mic. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of keep going. We often kick off the show with this next performer, so it's cool to kind of switch it up a little bit as maybe as little as we can. But let's go ahead and stop in Denver, Colorado. And speaking of poet laureates, we got a beat poet laureate up next of Colorado. Let's go ahead and welcome Mike Sindler to the show. What's going on, Mike? What's up?
Stuck in the middle with you. That's right. Get this out of the way immediately. LighthouseWriters.org. Wonderful organization. Great help for writers of any type at any stage who want to try and get a little better at what they do or explore options. This piece is one I actually just wrote late last night, so it's still sort of being worked on, but you got to do what you got to do. So this is called All in Good Time is Best. Crackling over open flame, blackened skin loosened by steam and plastic bag, hard surface turns soft, faucet stream seeds away, velvet green chili slides into seasoned molcajete, shining boiled tomatillos, grilled garlic, delicate cilantro, and pungent epazote leaves, caramel brown onion, a grind of cracked pepper, a quarter palm of salt, cumin and coriander, sprigs of sweet oregano, minced jalapenos, heat, sweet kiss of panela, dash sugarcane vinegar, squeezed lime, and generous splash of aromatic stock. Tense wrist, twist, teolete, you get it. Teolete. Stone grinds against stone, scent explodes with passion, muddling vegetative marriage, smooth blend of many parts scooped into clear glass bowl, 2 plump handfuls of plum tomatoes, ripe and ready, rough chops slid from cutting board into waiting vessel, ladle led twirled dance with herb concoction, cleaver arcs into flesh, disjoints wing in twain, tip tossed into pot with length of backbone, neck and gizzard, other offal and scrap to make neck stock. Each side in its time, thigh whacked away, split from drumstick, 2 more smacks, splits heavy breast, dissection done, pieces washed and patted dry as if headed off to sleep, but then rolled in soft flour with pinch of baking soda. Hot oil dares unfocused hand not to lay each and every piece away. It wants to tattoo with red welts. Careful not to overload pan, rolled round and flipped until evenly browned, drained over brown paper, lifted softly with tongs and laid over uncooked rice, yellow with added annatto. Flat-bottomed rust red clay, cazuela, cradles flesh and grain, emerald sauce ladled over, dripping down to cover all, a bit more stock poured for rice to drink and absorb, tiny dash of Controy, earthy orange alcohol, one on goes cover and into oven, nothing to do but wait and clean dishes, watching others make merry, knowing what is to come will make them even more jolly. Whole house fills with wafted aroma, stomach send drastic messages to brain, all thought centered on pot, time arrives, dish pulled out and up, left on countertop to rest, all in good time is best. Hands washed, each mismatched chair around table filled with anticipation, sauces and sides and ceramic bowls around the center, delicious but ignored delights unseen in plain sight, until still covered centerpiece is laid in place, its lid lifted, instant of drama attended by elated reception, aroma elicits joyous tears, rough-hewn wooden serving fork and spoon move back and forth like a building crane, each diner's plate loaded, silence like a miracle, no words found, better uses for mouths. Some things are just the way they are supposed to be. This is one of them. Okay. Moving right along. I didn't get to do this one in August, so I'm going to do it now. It's one I wrote, I guess, last year or year before. It's called For the Zoot Suit Riders, August 1942. If they cannot make your skin illegal, if they cannot make your soul illegal, if they cannot make your history, your community, your very being against the law, they will attack your culture. They will attack your style. Make the outer utterance of what you are, your shield and armor, your bright costume of pride, a crime. They will beat you down and chain you. They will push you into cells, overcrowded with your innocent, elegant brothers, make you pay for not being them, make you suffer for the color of your skin, make you all too aware that you are not to be you, that you are not to be here, although you were here long before. If they cannot find cause, they will create it, give false witness to contain you in cages, to contain you in the barrio when the cells are full and make the streets a prison yard. They will make it all as hard as they are able, for as long as they hold power, for as long as they fear darkness, for as long as they cannot understand the freedom folded and stitched into your zoot suit. And I thought I would do one that's, we just had this beautiful full moon, and this is a little tanka I call Glimpse. waiting on the last super blue moon of my life. Just before the dawn, pale orb drops into sight, silver glimpse worth a fortune. And I guess at this point, I will go ahead and put on the hat, as I am wont to do. And I thought I'd do a couple more little rock and roll tunes, artists that I don't usually do. This first one is written by David Byrne. It's called Heaven. Everyone is trying to get into the bar. The name of the bar is called Heaven. The band in Heaven, they play my favorite song. Play it once again. Play it all night long. Heaven. Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. Heaven. Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. There's a party. Everyone is there. And everyone will leave at exactly the same time. It's hard to imagine that nothing at all could be so exciting, could be so much fun. Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. When this kiss is over, it'll start again. It will not be any different. It will be exactly the same. It's hard to imagine that nothing at all could be so exciting, could be this much fun. It's heaven. Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. Heaven is a place where nothing ever happens. And one more by Mr. Nick Cave, always very happy-go-lucky kind of writer. And this is called The Moon is in the Gutter. The moon is in the gutter and the stars wash down the sink. I am the king of the blues. I scrape the clay off my shoes and wade down the gutter and the moon. The moon blinds my eye with opal cataracts as I cut through the sawmills and the stacks, leaping over the gully where I one day take Lucy, then wash up my hands in the gutter and the moon. Such a long way from home, just me, and the moon is in the gutter. All my plans are flushed down the drain, and I wander lonely as a cloud over memories at her mound, then lie down in the bitter gutter moon. So, as I said, very cheerful. Thank y'all very much.
He even threw in a little bit of Wordsworth in there. All right. Hey, Mike Sindler, everyone. If you have any links or anything, I mean, I know you got Lighthouse Writers, of course, but anything else, feel free to.
That's pretty much all that's going on right now. Don't think Kid has signed me up for any tumble words for the near future, and just, have done all the features that anyone's asked me to do. I'm just hanging out, man.
All righty then. Cool.
Okay,
Well,
thanks.
as always, it wouldn't be a Monday without you. So even if we didn't get you on first or second this time, like usual, we got you on. All right, but yeah, what's up? Welcome everyone. I think at this point I have officially updated the description on the YouTube video. So if you are watching live, if you do want to join us, we have some room available. All you have to do is check the description under the YouTube video, and we have a link there so you can sign up and perform. That is if you want to. Of course, you're more than welcome to join us next Monday. We are here every single Monday, and it's always a little different, so it's always fun. But let's go ahead and keep going. We're gonna go from Denver to we're gonna go a little bit east. In fact, we're gonna visit our main man in Maine, where he's always working the open mic scene. So let's go ahead and bring up, let me see, making sure I can find him here. Oh, the camera's on this time. Yes, awesome. And he's communicating through eyebrow movement. What is going on, everyone? We got Generalissimo Brian Franco in the house. What's up, man? Happy Monday. Hey.
I have unmuted myself. Okay. Let's see what we got for you. So he did, just had it up here. Here it is. Yeah, Michael did the piece from Sandy Shakes. Humble Words. About the Zoot Suit people. And this is called Because They Couldn't Suit Themselves. It's as if they don't want you to have style. To dress as nice or nicer than them, you look slick in your zoot suits, the type of guy their girl might want to dance with, but your skin is not like theirs. It is tanned without spending time in the sun. Somehow they manage to do away with one of yours and lay the blame on you. After all, where you come from, people should have dirt under their nails, not manicures. Where you come from, if you can afford a slick suit that elicits zoot with whatever low-end job you have, how the hell can you afford such a suit with such a fancy shirt, with a shiny silk tie, with two-tone Oxfords? Somehow it was okay to turn your wardrobe to tatters. You will look unkempt and unshaven for the press. Your suits will not be zoot, but chimney sweep soot. Your shirt and tie will no longer be fancy or shiny. Your shoes will need a shine, but they cannot take away your determination to survive, or that you have eyes that tell the truth they want to bury. They can outlaw your zoot suits. They cannot prevent history from exhuming the shallow grave that contains your story. And I wrote this during the pandemic. A lot of people were moving to Maine, buying up all the houses. And this is called The New People Down the Street. Barack and Michelle Obama have quietly moved into a house on my street. Barry says they have decided to forgo using Secret Service as to not cause a rigmarole with the neighbors. Michelle made oatmeal scotchy cookies and delivered them in mason jars filled with stacks of cookies to neighbors, along with an invite to a housewarming barbecue. When she saw the mezuzah on my door, she told me she makes a mean matzo ball soup with a twist, but I'd have to come by for lunch one day to learn about the twist. He drives a Ford Edge with an I Love NPR bumper sticker. She drives a huge purple pickup truck with a bumper that says, "Don't mess with mama." When she heard I was a poet, she said she really wants to try out the new Zoom poetry scene, and her hubby is very adept at erotica poetry. They have a pet cat he takes for walks outside on a leash. Every other night, they take a walk together wearing matching tracksuits and baseball caps with headlamps. It is not uncommon for her to give him a kiss on the cheek at some point during the walk. I was getting the mail one day when he was walking the cat, and he invited me to a little one-on-one, but I had to tell him I don't play basketball. It turns out having an ex-pres and ex-first gal as neighbors ain't no big deal. And then I'm just going to do two more poems that I pulled out of the archives today. This is called Why Tree-Ripened Peaches Are the Tastiest Peaches. Was my heart easy pickings for you? Have you conned others with your well-practiced romanticism? All you had to do was be the right type of nice, the right type of considerate, the right type of successful. You knew if you listened to me, maybe I had never been listened to before. You intentionally overwaxed the already slick parquet tiles in the vestibule so I would slip and fall so you could catch me before my butt crashed against the hard floor, so you could lift me to my feet while you looked me in the eyes as if we were dancing, with your arm cradling my back as if you dipped me, then raised me up as if I was floating on air. Was I just another juicy peach on your next door neighbor's peach tree with a branch that crosses over the chain link fence into your side yard? More easy pickings. And here we go. Where is it? Sandbox. You raked me over the coals. You raked my soul over the coals. Like those who think they can walk over hot coals without burning the soles of their feet, I learned my lesson. You let me believe our love existed in a Zen garden of silky white Gulf of Mexico sand. Love sand sifted through my toes. As I ambled aimlessly through it, I felt a warm sensation. Our Zen garden was a sandbox filled with ultra-hot, long-lasting charcoal covered with a layer of sand just thick enough to hide the glowing red coals of your deception. You learned that I preferred long, soft, passionate kisses to sloppy kisses with an overzealous tongue, but a tongue used skillfully could take me places that could take you places I never took you before. You always woke me by tracing your index finger from my left shoulder to my wrist, then kissing my cheek as you intertwine your fingers into mine while whispering, "Good morning, sunshine," into my ear. You claimed the touch of your naked body against my naked back while I slept, revved up my rapid eye movement to dangerous speeds. You studied architecture at the University of Facades. You surrounded a shotgun shack with Greek columns and called it Parthenon. You planted dahlias in desert rock gardens suitable only for cacti. You made a mint teaching makeup tutorial on how to put lipstick on pigs. In the end, and most likely from the beginning, every word you uttered and every move you made was teaching me to lipstick myself up like Baby Jane. Every time I find myself at a beach, I wear hiking boots for fear the sand might be laced with shards of deception. Gracias, everyone.
Oh man, that imagery in the last one was so intense. I love it. I love it. The word, like a lot of wordplay going on as well. Brian, it's good to see you on camera. It's been a while too. Beard's looking really good. I like it. I like it. Do you have anything you'd like to share or promote right now for our peeps?
No, I'm in the same game as Michael. I'm just sort of done for a while until I start doing again. So we'll see what happens.
Sorry, I was unmuted. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, it's always good to have you on. Thank you, Brian. Everyone, here comes the general. There he goes. All right. We had a couple new people join the list, by the way. So shout out to Chameleon Poetic in Jersey, Parquillian in DC. I got you guys on the list. All right. So good to have you here. We're gonna go ahead and come back to EP El Paso. That's the cap right there. And tune in with someone who's been here for every single show. And on top of that, I got to see Reed in person as well at that event this past Friday. So it's really cool to see people come together. He's such a huge part of this community. You guys already know this. So without making it a bigger entrance, it's Mr. Monday Night, Kit Ren. Go ahead and take it away, my friend. Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Richie. Yes, Friday was a wonderful night. When Pal, the organizer and a very good songwriter as well, approached me to be part of it, I didn't actually know what I was saying yes to. When I got there and heard the speeches from the former Sunrise Movement, they have chosen a new name now, and it was just such a great idea for an event to sort of, the environmental movement here in El Paso had a bit of a setback in the May election, but they're not going to just call it after that. They sort of got together and they sort of restated their values, and they did so with an art show, because what better way to do anything than with an art show? You just carry two pencils in your hand all the time and just make artists go down the hallway, just but then they kick you out of government buildings. That's fun. Well, that went some places. I'm gonna give something to pass through that hasn't been in public before. So let's see how this goes. The younger poets explain in detail the real life things their poem is about, and then, trembling with achievement, they say into the microphone, "I am sad." They don't introduce themselves. They don't hobnob. They leave furtively, like they have left a bomb or a turd in the bathroom sink. It was something they needed to do, and now that the need is satisfied, there's a small degree of panic. They gave voice to their feeling, and suddenly it's gone. Poetry exists independent of poems as raw feeling, powerful and contradictory urges towards transcendence and descent, to belonging or exaltation. The young poets strip away what happened to find out what it means. They think the truth is raw. The truth is raw and naked. Well, why shouldn't it be? Why would God wear an outfit? An observable definition of power is a lack of obligation. So they serve up a lumpen mass. I am sad. And this is fine. This is good. Separate from aesthetics and critical theory, there is a tactile worth and use for poetry to declaim and understand. But if they put the incidents in the poem instead of as an introduction to the poem, if the truth is not raw and naked and afraid, but pan-seared and fashionable and casually assertive, well, then I'm telling you what to do. My vision of power is not measurable. The truth is not raw. The truth is not a generality. I write poems to dress my feelings in suave outfits. They are not meant as disguises. They're meant to accentuate, to make it recognizable from across the street the way I am. I tell the young poets to come up here and write about your breakup. I would die first. I like that nobody knows anything about me. I like being an unproblematic, sexless mystic. I will make sure the young, impressionable, vengeful poets never even learn her name. I like being unobtainable, but guilelessly friendly. I like being kind of confusing, and my simplicity being a mild relief for the 2 or 3 that figure it out. I like that one guy guessed wrong and started weird rumors one night. The young poets want clean, traceable breaks, betrayal, fury, uproar. I will turn their disappointment into a lesson, the way I turned this love into something more sustainable. All this to say, the young poets are braver than me in a tactile, observable way, but not as powerful. And it's a little too long. Well, I'll do the, I'll just go straight to the cover poem. This is an old standby. This is Alone by Jack Gilbert. I never thought Michiko would come back after she died, but if she did, I knew it would be as a lady in a long white dress. It is strange that she has returned as somebody's Dalmatian. I meet the man walking her on a leash almost every week. He says good morning, and I stoop down to calm her. He said once that she was never like that with other people. Sometimes she is tethered on their lawn when I go by. If nobody is around, I sit on the grass. When she finally quiets, she puts her head in my lap, and we watch each other's eyes as I whisper in her soft ears. She cares nothing about the mystery. She likes it best when I touch her head and tell her small things about my days and our friends. that makes her happy. The way it always did. Yeah, sing along if you know the words. Like Richie said, I've been here for all 150 something of these, so this paper's been here for 100 something of them too. Instagram at Kit Ran Away. I am not calling it X fuck you. Twitter at Kit Talk Sports, Kofi.com/Kit Ren. Some weird belletristic essays about football. Find me on Facebook. Pretty simple operation. Can drop something into PayPal with this address, because the Tumblewords Project. Lately, we've been putting the non in nonprofit. But free generative writing workshops every most Saturdays. We were not on this past Saturday because of Labor Day, but we are going to run this Saturday with Heather Franklin, very talented young poet who works at Western New Mexico University up in Silver City, not too far from here, and has a new book coming out. And they've devised a Tumblewords workshop for Banned Book Week, which goes along with the event she organizes on WNM's campus and at the appropriate time of year, which is now. But it's probably all the time, but like now is like the branded time. But yeah, great things coming the rest of this month with Chris Kayla from Vancouver, with Robin Schofield from that way, from down the hall, with September 30th, hang on. With Rachel Cachete and 100,000 Poets for Change. Goodness. So yeah, the Tumblewords Project, look us up on Facebook. I also post pretty regularly about it on my personal Instagram. That's all I got. I was about to explain something that would take too long to explain. The spirit of our founder sometimes gets into me when I do plugs and I go on odd tangents. But enough of that. Back to you, Richie.
It's so understandable now, right? Like just the need to want to like get everything out there because there's so much to go over. Yeah, shout out to Tumblewords for sure. If you guys have not had a chance to check one out, you definitely should. Whoa, I'm so blurry. Hold on. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Anyway, we got a couple more people here that are joining on the list. So we got people joining in. So once again, welcome to our online mic. Shout out to everyone who's tuning in with us live on the YouTube stream. I saw Sandy was there earlier. Sandy Lands, who's always tuning in. Yeah, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and go from El Paso to the West Coast. And we're going to do a little back-to-back in San Fran. That's right. San Francisco. First up, we have Mercedes in the house. What's up? Part of that 1-2 punch. And I don't believe you've been here yet before, have you?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
So it's a debut. Welcome, Mercedes.
Is he saying anything?
Oh,
I can't hear. I can't hear what's going on.
well, when I leave the audio, you can't hear. Oh, sorry.
You can go. Sorry, I heard an echo.
They're trying to work.
Did you tell me to
escape
start or
room
what?
is the-
No, I can't hear
I'm trying to do it visually with a thumbs up.
Many guitars.
You're good. You're good. You can start.
They tell those who mourn, life goes on. Time heals all wounds. That is what they say. But in my experience, wounds are healed only by love. Come with me, my love. All our sorrows in the past. We embrace today. Sweet dreams, ours for the making. Let us build new memories. More than willing to lose myself in your kisses, August days and nights, body sticky with sweet sweat, Passion adds to summer heat. Thinking about you, taking your shirt off last night. Were you teasing me? Knowing the sight of your skin would make me want to touch you? City in August. Oppressive heat of daytime. Moonlit summer night. Lying naked on the bed, getting cool enough to sleep. Touching you last night, silky softness of your palm, hands rubbed together. Kiss the soft skin of your back, fingers trace shoulder and arm. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mercedes. Yeah, I think, can you hear me now? Awesome. Great job. Great job. In fact, so I think our next performer is right there in the room with you. That's right. Part of the 1-2 punch. Wait, did he just get up and leave? We got Dane up next, actually. Just a quick moment. Okay, let's go ahead and get back to me here. Sorry. Mercedes, yeah, welcome. That was a debut. Great to have you here, and thanks for sharing that.
One of us.
Oh yeah, that's an old one. Who said that? Oh, where's that coming from? No, we're gonna go ahead and continue in San Francisco. The next person you probably saw in the room, people online. Let's go ahead and welcome our next performer. Let's hear it for Dane Ince. What's going on, man? Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Okay, I'm disconcerted. Hold on 1 second. I was trying to find out some information from someone, and oh, here we go. I found it.
You can do it. Woo!
Were
Yeah.
you previously concerted?
Yeah, that's right. I was previously concerted. Yes. All right. Oh no. I'm having trouble finding the poem. Hold on.
All right. Well, you look for that just really quick.
I have it.
You got it? Okay, cool.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I have it. I had to get a prop, and this is the whole thing. It's a cover piece. It's to the American people. The aliens have landed. They look advanced and evil. Oh my God, they look heavy-handed. They came down. UFOs covered the sky. They were not making any sounds. Oh my God, darkness in their eyes. They look shiny and frail. They want to meet our leader. I'd say more. I'd say more, but I'm eating Taco Bell. Oh my God. Did I pay the meter? Did I pay the meter? They seem to be doing the moonwalk. They have some stellar moves. Oh my God. They understand and talk. I hope our bond can improve. It appears some guy is moving towards him. Oh my God, he has a Confederate flag. Oh my God, he looks American and dim. Let us pray he doesn't brag. What? He said, we don't like your kind here. Oh my God, the alien has ready his blaster. Oh my God, man. Oh, cover your rear. It looks like a huge disaster. Backed into the fan, disaster. I know what you're thinking. I'm not doing a fucking thing. My patience is shrinking. The great alien temper held by a string. The great alien blast into the sky. Jim, run and hide. I feel like I almost died. What a crazy, unbelievable ride. Out of the sky came Godzilla, now breathing, stomp about. What could it be? Gilla, the gorilla. Oh no, everybody screams and shouts. Everybody is. Oh boy, what could go wrong? Oh no, King Kong, aka Monkey King. He looked cranky and strong. There seems to be a man with a billboard and it reads King Kong versus Godzilla. Place your bets. Oh my God, people are coming in herds. Hey, oh, Kong, everything. Hey, on Kong, everything, including my vest. This is something unrelated, but send cash to my Cash app. My life is in danger, just like you. Come on, show some love. Where it's at. I want to order something from Jamba Juice. I know. I should be scared, but who doesn't want to get rich? Screw the gecko. Go, Kong. Make that giant gecko your bitch. Oh, yeah. Here he comes. Here comes the gong. Godzilla rushes to Kong. God, why didn't I buy popcorn? Come on, you big ape. Don't take too long. Siri, I said make popcorn, not porn. King Kong swings Godzilla around literally by his scaly tail. It's like one big freakish merry-go-round in straight detail. King aims for the electric rails. Godzilla is getting angry. Oh my God, smoke is coming from his mouth. Oh my God, here comes the atomic bomb. Frankly, he looks like me eating Brussels sprouts. Godzilla breathing a huge beam, missing King Kong by a hair. Oh, I knew it was just steam. Godzilla, that's cheating and unfair. Wait. What are they staring at? Billboards for donuts and burritos? Don't stand there and look at that. They stopped fighting. Oh my God, I'm gonna explode. Oh my God, because Godzilla's giving me the finger. I need a robot ASAP. A big green cold-blooded stinger. I can't believe I saw that now. Now they're holding hands. They're probably getting something to eat. I really don't understand what happened to the brawl and the heat. Don't go away, don't go. I bet everything on you. I pray on this day, I hope my credit doesn't go sky high, higher than the moon. What happened to the gray aliens? A sign says, Earthlings, we owe you. Oh my God, so much chaos, transcend. What are we possibly gonna do? Thank you. Thanks, Eddie.
Oh man, what a performance. I love it. What a take on that. Thank you, Dane. Before we move on real quick, do you want to promote anything? Do you have your open mic, anything like that?
Oh, yes, please. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. This week we're gonna have William F. DeVoe, who is a publisher and an author and a Beat Poet Laureate Emeritus on, and we have a feature every Friday, and Friday, what am I talking about? Every Tuesday, time to arrive. And if you would like to come to and read some poetry and listen to some poetry on a Tuesday evening, please come. Thank you very much.
All right. Awesome. Thank you for that. Dane, Ince, everyone. Definitely check that out if you guys have the time. And if you missed it, that was a cover poem from Ed Poetastic, one that he it hurts my voice listening, through listening. It's an amazing performance that he usually does of it, and it's a really good preview of something that we do every November, where we encourage everyone to read pieces from one another, kind of like a little potluck, something that we kind of we're starting as a tradition. So something to start thinking about now. That's always a really fun one to hear. And it's you hear it in different ways, like it took a while. I'm like, wait a minute, I know this one. But it eventually got there. So love it. You'll be hearing from Ed Poetastic just in a couple performers, but right now we're gonna go ahead and go from coast to coast. That's right. And we're leaving time zones. So we're gonna go from San Francisco all the way to Washington, DC. In fact, we have a couple of peeps from no, sorry, no, a little early. We're going to New Jersey. I don't know how I messed that up. Jersey, where we have the Chameleon Poetic in the house with us, Terry Rose Jertson. What's going on, Terry? Happy Monday.
Hi.
Good to see you. Go ahead and take it away.
Nice to see you too. Never sit up. I'm always laying down looking like I'm half asleep, and that's how I end up falling asleep before it's even my turn, but we won't go there. Okay. I'm gonna read this one. I wrote it in a Girl and Poets workshop. And the prompt is the first line. Children born under a cloudless sky of questioning, mother wonders how she's going to survive without her drug of choice. Jobless, no income, food stamps gone. The kids are hungry, hair matted because who can remember the last time they got a shower? Taking care of these innocent mouths to feed, thanking God on her knees, in front of that guy who was more than happy to help her out of her predicament. He gives her some dollars and she gives him consent to do whatever he wants. She gave him what he came for. Funny how he doesn't come around anymore. Those littles are always needing something though. And they keep her running, always scheming to get some dollars, selling what she can to keep them fatherless waifs quiet. And who is she? Only the sole provider, not a person with needs that she can pay attention to, because her girls and baby boy require oceans of love so deep, and she's going to sing them to sleep. And tomorrow will surely come with a vengeance and another way to keep them all from the streets, crying out to God and anyone else who will hear their plea. So that's it. And I have a couple other pieces that are newer that I'm still working on. This is pretty good though. I kind of like this one the way it is. And it's on the prompt of I think of Lot's wife and I don't look back. That is the cardinal rule. Breakups are not always for makeups. And if you have a moment of weakness, I assure your faulty memory that you will soon remember why you broke up in the first place. You did not make a mistake the first time. The mistake was thinking you made a mistake. Oh well, sometimes we need reminding, as when pages need a bit more salt. And this one's a love poem. Not a breakup one. Because the prompt was, what do you listen to when you're in love? And there's this song, it's called Still Keep Loving on You. And then the guy is an acoustic guitar player and singer-songwriter, and his name is Moshin Zamir, but I'm not sure I'm even pronouncing it correctly. So it's a very short piece. Life can be so damn confusing, so tired of winning and losing, but I still keep loving on you. People tell me I'm crazy. They aren't saying anything to me I don't already know. But if they don't believe in this love, then they are welcome to go. I know the heart knows when it knows. That's it. Chameleon Chronicles on is my book. The Chameleon Poetic on IG, and Terry Rose Jertson on Facebook. I had to change it because they messed it up. And
Alrighty
karaoke
then.
nights on Saturday nights on the Word is Right platform on the last Saturday of every month. I host a karaoke. night on Zoom.
All righty then. Cool. Sounds good. Terry Rose Jetson, everyone. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
reading. Go follow her if you want to check some of that stuff out. All right, we're gonna go ahead and keep this night going strong. We got more people signed up. Once again, if you're just getting here, let us know, show some love, say some hi in the chat. We do have a live chat going on right now. In fact, so we're gonna go from Jersey, and we're gonna get a little international right now and say hello to our friend in Malaysia, where we have Julian Matthews in the house. I'm going to assume you want to share media, right? Okay, cool. So that's already enabled. All right, Julian, welcome back. Go and take it away.
Hi. Oh, just a sec. Unrequited. Maybe this fractured love that was never meant to be in this tempestuous times, this parched place, can be locked in amber and reawakened someday. Hungry and responsive when chilly resistance melts away, split atoms reconstitute, shivery qubits disentangle and reassemble, blood vessels reconflux, arteries re-riverine, cerebral cells reconvene, lungs heave, life-giving air, unchains melodies trapped inside unsung tongues, sundered hearts recombine, refolds this origami core of this complex creases, unravels the unrequited, releases and resigns cool defenses, each giving in to the wadi of our warmth, the tango of restored arms and legs, the ebb and flow of breasts on bare skin, the curl of your back against my chest, both breathing beholden and whole once again. Second one. Poetry as river. You speak of poetry as if it was a race. This rush to publish, to market and disperse as if it were flights of stairs to run up, a record to break, a fast sprint to the top of a babbling tower. But I think of poetry as a river. It flows within me in its own time. The ocean does not await for it to show up. It has no time set for the river to join it. Think of the thousands of rivers that shed their contents as soon as they merge with the ocean. Yet you separate rivers from oceans, delineate them, give them names, to tame them, force them to submit, dam them, suck their energy, lose their way. Think of the marine life within the oceans, a whale perhaps, that crosses the Atlantic to the Pacific. How dare it pass without a passport? No customs to check its baggage for contraband, not even take off its watery shoes, its big belt mask, its blowhole, not to mention the more than 500 milliliters of permitted perfume it carries within. Maybe when humans invent a machine big enough, we might scan it for hidden stuff in its blubber. Maybe even find a Jonah or two in its belly. Yet you speak of stream of consciousness in my freewheeling verses as if it were meandering, rambly, pissy. I feel this river of subconscious within me has robust, deliberate, clear, even sassy. Poetry passes through me in search of an ocean of time. I'm one with it, but only momentarily, just a humble channel to manifest what it wishes to express. I give it words, read them out loud. It soothes my salty soul. Sometimes I'm touched by something spiritual, divine, healing. I listen to the music of the universe, the hum of its big heart within me, the song it spins, it lifts and moves the needle of my life just one notch forward. And I'm filled with a tiny thimble of contentment in a cup that never runs over. In this marathon swim over this ocean of tears, I'm trying my best not to drown in. I pray we'll all eventually win. Thank you.
All right, Julian, very nice, very nice. Got some compliments there in the chat. All right. Yeah, definitely check him out. You can find him online, Julian Matthews. And if you want, you can share the link on here on the Zoom, and I'll forward that to people on our live stream. But as I mentioned, we do have another 1-2 punch. You saw it earlier from San Francisco, back-to-back performances, and we're going to do that again. Our next two performers are joining us from Washington, D.C. So, yeah, we're going to come back to the States, and our first performer has been doing a lot of cool stuff online. He's a lifelong language nerd, fascinated by the intersection of language and art, as expressed through poetry, calligraphy, and linguistics. It's always great when he gets to come through. He does have a website, parquillian.com. But right now, let's go ahead and welcome back to the stage Martin, aka Parquillian. What's going on, man? Happy Monday.
All right. Thank you so much, Rippy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thought I'd share one tonight that's a memory of someone I met in the Soviet Union in 1987. This came out a while ago, but I don't think I've read it here before at all. So far, the title is Gaze of Glass. And it's for Olga, whose name can be translated as holy. She drew me hoarse with flowing mane, what swirled around to be its tail. Her long, dark hair would herald her role as only artist and group we met, delegates arranged on opposite side of curtain of iron beginning to melt. Her English was weak, but she taught me few words of her native tongue, which Pushkin had sung. Like holy voices from golden ring, what echoed round halls of inner soul, made dizzy in cosmic chair that spun, like mazes that whirled in glassy gaze, from eyes that pleaded for me to believe he really was co-worker who she happened to meet, returning from wandering Ebony sands, what rested on shores of namesake sea, with lengthening shadows just like her hands, what only briefly held mine to dance, till others cut in, not able to trust. What vision she sent was not meant to deceive. So after flight from fractured sight, before we left land of crimson walls, round frozen square with onion domes, she drew me hoarse with flowing mane. And I have one more about another enigmatic acquaintance from shortly before that, earlier in 1987. This is called Silver Threads. Silver threads from woven webs form the soft cloths of many-colored robes that spin round my mind in the midst of the night, while crimson-etched orbs of wondrous white fill diamonds of flight that sparkle and start at thunderous sounds which crystal distorts. And the wind keeps whispering. And that's it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Martin. Short and sweet. Again, how can people follow and support your work online?
Yeah, I'm at parquillian.com. I just updated my website to try to make it easier to find all my artwork and stuff. So I can put that in the chat. I'm glad to have people check it out. And for anybody who happens to be in the DC area, the last weekend of September, I'm going to be featured at an art pop-up in the Van Ness neighborhood. So if you happen to be in the area, just drop me a line and see if you can show up.
All right. That sounds pretty cool. So, to all of our peeps out there in DC, maybe we go hit them up if you're going to be in the area around that time. Yeah. Ed, maybe. Oh yeah, I just saw the message. Cool. So speaking of DC, our next performer, week in and week out, is also joining us, DC native. Um, he is just another huge part of this show. I can't imagine having one without him. So, without further ado, let's go and welcome back to our Monday night online mic, Mr. Ed Poetastic. What's up, man? Hey.
What's that? What's that, my bro? Like no other with words like thunder. Woo! Always burning, bonus right under. Woo! All right. My name is Ed Potastic. I'm feeling fantastic. Please give me time to enjoy my rhyme file for sublime. Okay, I got 8 jokes and 3 poems, so I won't take too much time. What has more lies than a cat? A frog, because it croaks every day. Why was the fish grades bad? They're below sea level. What's Forrest Gump's password? 1 Forrest 1. What do you call a fish without an eye? A fish. Why shouldn't you see a broken pencil? Because it's pointless. What do you call a pig that practices karate? A pork chop. What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. And last but not least, what did the tomato say to the other tomato during a race? Ketchup. Hope everyone enjoyed that. I got 3. One is a piece. This is called "What is a Sinner?" What is a sinner? A person who did something wrong? I know it's not a game of ping pong. Here's something. Pain can make you strong. What is a sinner? Someone who doesn't believe in God. Do you think it's kind of strange or odd? Only one person with a holy rod. Another holier than thou facade. What is a sinner? Why must it be perfect? Why must it be the habit? Everyone gets hurt or sick. Please do not neglect this subject. What is a sinner? A person who can't be forgiven? Where the heck is this written? Why are we setting conditions for this decision? What is a sinner? A person covered in white? Come on, is that really life? Life is full of delight and spite. Please fail and learn with all your might. What is a sinner? It's not to be bound by logic or common sense. From past events, God killed the deviants. Do you feel the legacy this represents? How can we reach the true transcendence of our innocence? What is a sinner? I used to think it was scary. Did I get any sleep? Barely. I felt disgusted and heavy. I felt everything but merry. What is a sinner? Trust me, I met so many hypocrites. They're practicing some self-deluded skit. I'm not falling for the deceitful shit in the pit. How can something like this exist? What is a sinner? A person who casts away their humanity again and again. I'm talking about physically or emotionally hurting their family and friends. Yes, sins can float and transcend. Please don't let the sins begin, but reach an end. What is a sinner? Why are you asking me? I decree that I'm not trusty. Hey, don't flee as a flea. Stop thinking, just breathe and be. What's a sinner? What's for dinner? Will this make me skinnier? Yeah, don't let questions linger. Yes, you are a sinner. Your consciousness won't get thinner. Yes, I'm pointing the finger. Yes, face the big human stinger. Let it shimmer. But please, please, please stop being the warden and the prisoner. Thank you. And this other one's called Knock Knock. Knock knock. Who, what, when, where? Knock knock. Who's there? Knock knock. Should I care? Knock knock. Do I dare? Knock knock. Dang it, the sun's glare. Knock knock. Yes, I can hear, I'm aware. Knock knock. I do nothing, I swear. Knock knock. I don't need prayer. Knock knock. My house doesn't need repair. Knock knock. I don't need cookware. Knock knock. I don't need another armchair. Knock knock. I'm losing my hair. Knock knock. Don't have money to spare. Knock knock. I know life isn't fair. Knock knock. Oh my God, I'm in a nightmare. Knock knock. Are you a grizzly bear? Knock knock. I'm only in my underwear. Knock knock. Please be air. Knock knock. Have nothing to share. Knock knock. This is a daycare. Knock knock. Yes, I'm here. Are you still there? Okay, got one more for encore. This is called Oh Erica. Oh Erica, why are you in so much pain in these chains? You're not just free, but bound on your knees. Please advertise your image in so many stages. It's really sad because you were never so ironclad. The founding fathers sending all to the slaughter, the extreme spreading hate throughout your state. The rich love to be greedy by ignoring the needy. The crooked cops love to go pop, pop, pop. Poor victims being tags in the system. The old crimes lost in the passing of new times. The wars of what the fuck are we fighting for? The pandemic that's kind of sort of raising havoc. The golden fool is being used as mindless tools. The flashing reporters preaching everything but order. The social media bug hiding compassion on the rug. The worshippers agreeing, causing crime scenes. The innocent caged watching anarchy rages. The video machines cast away some humanity. The noisy guns seem to avoid the trial runs. The pleas of Mother Nature and blazing labor. The global warming clouds bring so loud. The deep drills paying the bills yet slowly kills. The few spoiling themselves, yet don't indulge in the bookshelves. Oh, Erica, you're everything but red, white, and blue. But what the fuck have they done to you? You're not a girl of opportunity, but an old woman with bags of pity. Oh, Erica, it's not your fault for thought. You're only the victim of global assault. Thank you.
All right, Ed. Thank you so much, man. Sorry, my computer froze really quickly for a little bit.
It's
Thanks for
okay,
those.
bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks for all those pieces. As always, how can people find you online, Ed?
Well, you can find me online by supporting this wonderful open mic that makes our Monday nights a delight in the wonderful, fantastic spotlight. But you want to follow me, please feel free. My Facebook is Eddie Foreman, and my IG is EdForeman92. And remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to shine my fantastic insight. But I hope everyone is blessed and never stop spewing the wonderful words outside your chest, and now stop feeling and doing and being your best, and remember that you matter more than you ever know. Don't be so cold.
All right, Ed. Thank you so much for those words. It's always great to have you on. Appreciate you, man.
On strong all day long.
Want to do a cipher one of these days, just go on or get Dan with his rhyme book so we can do just a rhyme off. All right, we got a couple more peeps left. So once again, shout out to everyone who has stuck around, everyone who came to support, to listen to the show. We do this every Monday, so if you want to be back next week and read, you're more than welcome to join us. We do have a link tree, so check that out. It is available on our pretty much all of our social media. There's a link somewhere around there, but the link tree is probably one of the best ways to get all the links to new content, as well as the way to sign up for each and every show. All right, we're gonna go from DC to LA, Los Angeles, and we're gonna welcome back to the stage a little bit of poetry, maybe a little bit of music, but it is time for Teso Somok. It's Teso Somok time. What's up, man?
What's up, Richie? Folks can catch me on Instagram under Gaseous2019. I have one and one. Let's see. I'm going to go in with this piece titled Joe Limer, The Poet's Stand. I'm here to deliver the news. Joe Limer has moved on. But you probably didn't know him. A San Diego slam poet, a fiery Filipino soul. He battled with words, making the truth his sword. A professor of politics, he wore many hats from law school to poetry, where he laid down his tracks. He spoke of social issues, politics, and more. With words like razor blades, he cut to the core. The average person moves about 11 times, he'd say, as he weaved through life's complex rhymes, his words a map trace, his journey so vast from Lorton to Hawaii, memories that held fast. He moved countless times, but he found his own grace in the places he stayed in each new phase. He'd pack up his life in an hour, no doubt, finding comfort in change. He never sell out. He tells stories of ninjas, heroes, and more in a style so unique he leaves you wanting more. With humor and wit, he confronts stereotypes, exposing the truths hidden beneath all the hype. From White Hollywood, quote, "So there I was, with a knapsack of rice at the end of my bamboo stick, walking towards a Shaolin monastery, when a gang of ninjas appeared and challenged me to a fight," in subtitles. But that's when Donald Trump, Batman, and Scarlett Johansson rescued me from the beatdown about to happen. Grateful I must have offered all of my fish, gave you my spot on the dance crew, solved all your math homework, and bowed my head about 100 times while making tea, drawing anime, and getting my nursing degree because, as you know, my Oriental multitask quicker than emojis, my slanted eyes make me emotionless, and as I move from thankful to angry to high to apologetic with the same damn face, end quote. He challenged the system, the status quo, with words as his weapons. He put on a show. He pushed for a world free of racism, racism's hold with poems so powerful they never grow old. Continued from White Hollywood, quote, "I mean, how insecure are you, White Hollywood? When diversity means placing Asian males in asexual supporting roles, never getting the girls, I mean, I get it. You don't need Viagra. You can suck your own dick because you get a colonized erection. Every single time you cast Asian women as love interests, sex slaves, see? You tell society, white person saves me by pushing me out of harm's way," end quote. Alexander Johnson, who chose this poem that spoke to our world, White Hollywood by Joe Limer, raw and explicit, an exploration of racism. Her seventh graders prepared with utmost care the content that for some might seem quite rare. They dwelled into verses with a guided hand, understanding the depths of this poetic land. But 5 weeks later, a Karen's voice did rise on Facebook. They complained, causing some surprise. The poem labeled graphic objections they wielded, and an email to the principal their concerns revealed. The news spread like wildfire, a tail in the air. The post-millennial Washington Examiner, all aware, the school took action, the poem removed from sight, and Alexander Johnson placed on leave that night. She learned her fate not from her school's decree, but online through articles for all to see. Supporters on Twitter voiced their discontent seeing anti-racism teaching as the true intent. They suspected a cover, a smokescreen, so sly. For addressing racism, the real reason is why, in a world filled with censorship's heavy hand, they serve for critical thinking in this education land. Today, quote, "Today I want to write the poem that ends racism," end quote. He declared, his words ringing out with the idealism. He dreamed of a world where love conquered all, where divisions crumble and unity would stand tall. Quote, "I want to write a poem where you are the main character of a comic book, the hero living with purpose. Purpose is what makes this hero and what makes us human. So stop living your life like an apology." Joe Limer, a poet, a professor, a friend, his words will live on. His message won't end. Though he'd moved on from this world we all share, his poetry and passion will always be there. Quote, "I want you to wake up realizing that God tattooed your throat with the words, 'break in case of emergency,' so you can scream at the ocean, 'let your failures drown in the surf,'" end quote. So let us remember Joe with his rapid fire speech, his lyrical style, and the lessons he teach. In the world of poetry, he left his own mark, a true artist, a poet, a light in the dark. I'm here to deliver the news, Joe Limer. He has moved on, but you probably didn't know him. A poet, a passion, a voice for the truth. In our hearts, his memory will forever be a fuse. This is the news with Joe Limer's own words. Quote, "I want you to discover the black box that will crash into your unfamiliar self, because you see, you have arrived." Thank you. And then let me switch over to the carrot portion of the. All right, here we go. I never win at love. At love, I always lose. I keep looking for a good woman. And I ain't got no clue. I can't find no one to love me. I guess I'm married to the blues. Married to the blues. There's a picture by my bedside. In a frame that's got a crack. Of one of my old lovers. Who ain't never coming back. She swore she'd never leave me. Then I saw her start to pass. Start to pass. You don't get no gold band. All you get is a lonely cab ride to a bed that is always cold when you're married to the blues. Forget that honeymoon. All you get is lukewarm loving. That's over way too soon. And I'll stop there.
All right, another marriage ceremony to the blues towards the end of the night. Tez, I know you started off with the promo, so appreciate you joining us today. Yeah. Anything else before we move on?
No, how did you like that piece, Richie?
You perform. Did you perform it last time?
We started it. We only did a couple of. There's still another verse, but I don't want to kill people with it. But it's a 10-minute song, obviously. But you get
do
the
part two
flavor
next
of it,
time.
right?
Yeah, I appreciate a good blues song. Thank
And
you
I'm
for
sure
that.
Kid
Yeah.
figured out who it is, who the singer is, and everything. You know.
We'll save that for the after party. But thanks for joining us, Tez.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and get back on the spotlight. What is up, peeps? Yeah, there you go. That's it. See, I go vote. No, I'm just kidding. We have one more performer. There's no way we'd be able to end the online mic without bringing it to the closer. That's right, our designated closer of the night, who always somehow ends up having sound issues every single time. But you know what? We figured a way to make it work through it. So without further ado, for the online mic, now it's time for Dan the Man. Take it away.
How's everybody doing tonight? Okay. Happy Labor Day, each and every one of you. And since we're now in the third down to the final 4 months of the year, and since it's February, December, wake up. Yeah, we know it's November. Well, next is October, November, and December to remember. But according to Good Day, wake me up when September ends. Yeah, so here it is again, the September. Yeah, this September, the breeze taste, the apple peels, of air is full, of smells to feel, ripe fruit, old football, drying grass, new books and blackboard, chalks in class, the bee, his hive, well honeyed, hums, while mother cuts chrysanthemums. Kit, how do you say chrysanthemums? Chrysanthemums? Chrysanthemums. All right, thank you, Kit. Light plates, washed clean with suds, the days are polished with a morning haze. Yeah. Yeah, back down. Okay. And here it is. Once again, in the month of September, A Child's Calendar by John Updike. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm still in the middle of editing the part one of the 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 9 anniversary vlog, and I'm also so it's a 3-parter. So one will be the from how it starts, how's it going once again, and the long list of shout outs, and then the regular blog, which I'm planning to film that tomorrow. So I'll keep you guys posted. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, here it is. Read it and weep it. Yeah, just follow me on X. Yeah, so Instagram, Dan Vance Weekly. I'm doing some promotion. I'm sorry. I'm doing some promotions on the IG story, so just just be sure to follow me on Instagram. But most importantly, find Dan the Man's Weekly on YouTube. Nice meeting you, Mercedes. Welcome aboard. All right. Okay, guys. Happy Labor Day, and I hope to see you guys next week. All right. Bye, Richie. It's all night.
All right. Cool. So, thank you, Dan. And again, shout out to every single person who was part of today's show. Got to read a little bit. We heard a lot of great original pieces.
Yeah.
Cover poems. We are still, yeah. Hey, what's up? You guys are on. We can hear you guys. Anyway, shout out to everyone who was watching online as well and leaving comments. You guys check it out during the week. If you are tuning in and you are an EPCC student, send me an email through look up my name, Richie Marrufo. You can see it right there. Through EPCC website, you can send me an email, and I'll send you a code for the Tejano Passport program. I did message some of you guys earlier during the show, and I think I got those. So awesome stuff. We're gonna be back next Monday. So again, if you want to sign up early, follow our link tree. That's the first place I upload that, and then also on Facebook events and all that stuff. So for the online mic, thank you guys so much. We will see you next